Hi everybody, I'm Donna Roberts, and I'm here with a good friend of mine, Carole Lewis. She's the National Director for First Place for Health. It's a great organization, it's Christian-based, and it's all about the four-sided person, the spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. And she's here to talk with me today about strength training. I'm so excited that you're a part of FitAbove50, and Carole happens to be not just a dear friend, but a wonderful client of mine. I've been working with her for over 3 years, and she's made such amazing progress with strength training through the years. But I do have a funny story. When I first started training Carole, she almost passed out at the end of our first session. And do you remember that, Carole?
I do.
And what did I say to you? Did you eat?
Did you eat breakfast before you came? And I said, no, I never eat breakfast before I work out. You said, well, now you do.
That's right. And you have for every morning for the past 3 years.
That's right.
So there's so many things that you didn't know about strength training, Carole. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your history before strength training?
Well, I never was interested in strength training. I, first of all, thought that weights were for men, and I didn't know how to lift free weights, and I didn't know how to use the equipment at our church, and so I just never did it. I loved aerobic exercise. I loved to run. I loved the treadmill, but I did not want to do strength training. And, you know, it got to a point right before I met you over 3 years ago that I had trouble removing a bottle top off of a bottle of water. And I was at a First Place for Health event, and some lady had to take that bottle and unscrew it for me. And that was pretty embarrassing as the director of First Place for Health. So it was just a God thing when we met.
It absolutely was. And so you decided at that point you had to make that a part of your routine.
I did. Yeah. I did. You want to tell them how we met?
Why don't you tell them that story?
I've probably written it in a book, but I have a very dear friend named Becky, and Becky was in a boot camp class. Donna had just moved to Houston from Atlanta, and she met Becky in that class, and Becky was originally from Atlanta, and after the class, Donna said to Becky, would you work out with me? She saw that Becky was very strong physically, and she said, I just need some friends in Houston. And as dear friends do, Becky said, I would love to work out for you, but my friend Carole really needs it. And so Donna said, bring her on. And so after one look at me, after our first hour of working out, Donna said, Carole, I'm not going to work out with you. I want to train you. And that was the beginning of a wonderful friendship, and it's truly changed my life. I love it.
And I remember, Carole, when we started, lifting 3-pound dumbbells was hard for you.
It was.
I want to tell you, today I trained Carole this morning, and she was easily lifting the same motion at chest press. She was doing 15-pound dumbbells for 15 repetitions, and that was just in 3 years. So you've gotten so much stronger, and what's really important is strength training is very functional. It's very important for your day-to-day lifestyle. You told me a story recently about your husband locking the keys away. Tell me what happened.
Well, my husband locked his keys in his trailer where he keeps his tools. And he had looked everywhere for them, and he knew they had to be in there. So he was able to open a side up just a little bit, and I was able to throw my leg up into that trailer and pull my body up into it. And I found his keys on a deer antler in the trailer after I'd looked everywhere. But when I told Donna that story, she was amazed at my flexibility, and I never even gave it a thought. Those are daily things now that I'm able to do. And having a husband with stage 4 cancer, he's not able to do anything, lifting any kind of weight. 20 pounds is maximum that he's able to lift because his cancer's in his bones. And none of us know when we'll be called on to take over those strength duties that our husband always did.
And bringing the groceries in.
Oh, yeah. And now when I get home with the groceries, I look in the trunk and I think, how many of those sacks can I get on each arm? And usually I can get 5 sacks on each arm and get them all in one trip. And I love to be able to do that. It's like, you know, I don't have to make 3 or 4 trips back. and I'm also doing strength training at the same time.
That's right. And another part of our training incorporates balance training. When we first started, it was hard for you. I remember you said, I want to ride a bike again. And you couldn't even stand on one foot for maybe 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Now I know you're riding your bike. You can stand on your foot for over a minute, even with your eyes closed, which is excellent.
Yeah.
And that's just, she's been working, like I said, for 3 years consistently. Carole, you've been really just true to your workouts.
It's a priority for me.
And, I want to say, you live how far away from the gym?
I live 46 miles away, and I drive in 2 days a week because it's so important to me.
Mm-hmm. And you're how old, do you mind me asking?
Yesterday, I had my 71st birthday.
That's amazing, everybody. And so FitAbove50 means that you could start at any point. Carole, you were 68
yeah,
when you started.
Yeah,
and you hadn't strength trained before.
Never.
And remember when you went to the massage therapist, what did she tell you?
She was massaging my legs and my arms, and she said, "Ooh, muscles." I didn't know a massage therapist could feel muscles. I don't feel like I have any muscles, but Donna tells me that I do.
She's pretty strong. You're pretty strong to be lifting the loads that you do. We started with stability, which is where everybody at FitAbove50 starts, building that good core foundation, great posture. And we move on to strength, and they're going to be getting that later on. But I wanted to talk about First Place for Health. First Place for Health is very dear to me. It's really about putting God first in your life before anything else, and that's so important. Without that, we're going to just fall apart. We had that conversation this morning. Tell us more about the program.
Well, we started with the scripture, Matthew 6:33, that says, "But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these other things will be given to you as well." Mm-hmm. So the goal in First Place for Health is to learn how to give Christ first place in everything. Mm-hmm. I wish that I could say I have learned that, but I'm still a rebel. I still go back to my old ways and rotten habits, and then I have to return again. Mm-hmm. But I have learned over these 31 plus years how to live a balanced life. And so whatever comes my way does not upend me, especially emotional things like illness or finances or things that used to sidetrack me forever. The physical, I wonder if I will always have to struggle with that, because I'm the type personality, if I got it all together perfectly, I'd probably just tell people, just do what I do, And we have to come at our own distance, how God wants to work with us. Mm-hmm. And the beauty of our program is that if we will let Him, He will work with whatever area needs the most work first.
That's right.
It may not be weight loss. It may be a spiritual area, mm-hmm. or it may be something emotionally that you need to get healing. And that's why you've always gained all your weight back after you lost it, because there's a big problem there. Mm-hmm. And so when we give Him first place, then we're giving Him free reign to do the work any way He wants to do it. Mm-hmm. What we like to say, Donna, is if you won't quit, you will succeed.
That's absolutely right.
Success is in the process. Mm-hmm. It's not found in any program. It's found in the process of keeping on. I told my husband last night, I live my life for the most part by what is the next right thing.
That's it.
Just do the next right thing and then the next right thing, and you'll get through every day.
And that's victory.
Yeah,
every day,
it is.
Again. So I know First Place has the emotional, the mental, spiritual, and then the physical. And I know working with a lot of the people in First Place, they're always walking and they got the cardio portion down. Let's talk a little bit about them working with strength training.
Well, I think that is the one thing that they don't do for the most part. Mm-hmm. Most people in small churches, and most of the churches have 200 members or less, don't have an access to weights or machines or any, they're lucky to have a room to maybe watch a video in, and that most of the videos are aerobic videos. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know anybody. In fact, every time you've been at one of our events, the women say, how can we get this? Mm-hmm. How can we do this? And that's why I'm so excited about the new website that they're going to be able to work out with you just like I do.
I know, that's really exciting. And we made it, and you helped make the videos, so thank you. So you can do it in your own home. You don't have to go to the gym. There are simple things, and you can watch another video that we have about the equipment that we utilize that you can purchase through our website and be able to do all these exercises at home. And right now they're easy for Carole when she demonstrates them, but at first they weren't as easy for you, right?
They were not easy. And the thing that I love about Donna's training is I knew she would never let me get injured. And that is very important as we get older. You know, I didn't have time for an injury. I didn't have time to heal. And so I had such confidence that she knew what she was doing and that she was going to take me at the speed I needed to go. And when you raised the weights, I was confident that I could do that, or you wouldn't have asked me to do it.
Absolutely.
So that I love that.
And to me, that's really just a testimony about God. He really has made our bodies to adapt to wherever we're at. So starting safely and efficiently, building the foundation with these stability workouts that we're designing and we're doing together in a lot of these videos that we presented to First Place and to Fit Above 50. And from there, we're going to move forward more into the strength and lifting those heavier loads. But it's going to be a great, great thing for all these people and for you. And we're excited that you've come on board. Thank you so much, Carole. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I would just like to say that what is going to be the best thing about this is people that cannot leave their home. I have a dear friend who takes care of her 96-year-old mother, and I keep thinking about how she will be able to do all of these things in her home, in the living room, in front of her mother, so she's still there with her. And some people work at home, they can't get out, and a lot of my friends live up north where it is so cold. And so a lot of the winter time, they don't get in the workouts. And I know over 50, the strength training has changed my life more than anything else that I've ever done. And I'm just so grateful for it.
Yes, and that's why we want to be able to provide it for so many people. I know a lot of people can't go out, like you just said, and also they can't afford a trainer. And that's why we want to be able to give you the same workouts that we do in, when I have my training sessions with my clients, and that's what they're getting. So it's all about you and being the best that you can be. Thank you for today, Carole. And thank you. And you're on your way to becoming Fit Above 50.